All right, so this video is to help the PRAs, or the personal recruiting assistants, as we call you, and or personal recruiting receptionists, we'll call you PRs, is really just to help you understand what your job is and the types of people that you're calling. All right, so and if you are, most of you will be doing both. You'll be doing receptionist calls and PRA calls, but if you're watching this video, you're probably going to be doing a lot more PRA calls. Uh, so, so here's the thing with understanding the PRAs and the people that we're calling, the personal recruits that we're calling. First of all, these are our top recruits. All right, these are people we really want to get into the office. Now, and the reason why is because their friends already work here. So when they come in to training, when we actually train them, they don't come in going, "Is this going to work?" Because their friend already does it. Okay, where a lot of people that come into our program, it takes them a week or two to even do well because they're not confident yet. They're still skeptical, even though our company has been around, for 50 years. Like, is it going to work for me, or I've never done this before. So they don't think it's so. They're in the kind of they're half-heartedly doing the job. To see how it goes, where reps who come to our job like, oh, my sister does this, my friend does this, I have 3 friends who work here, I'll just listen to what the manager tells me, and I'm going to do well, and they typically do. It's most of the time the PRs, the people that were the friends of the people that work here already, do better than the friend that was there because they're like, I want to beat my friend. Okay, so and I'm sure your manager can give you examples of PRs that have done better than the person who recommended them. So we really want these people in, but here's the thing though, with people who are PRs, they're a little bit harder to get in than, say, someone who's calling. All right. To give you an example, if you thought of a box, okay, like a box. Well, when you're a receptionist or when you're talking to people who are calling their office, those people are in the box. The box is their interest level. So their interest level, if they're in the box, is at the tip top. So what do I mean by that? So someone calls, they see a flyer, they see an ad, they see a sign, and they see something on the internet, and they call and they say, okay, yes, I'm calling about the position. So they are right there in the moment. They're expecting to know about the position, so they are the most interested, and they're the easiest people to get in because they're calling for a job. Okay, so that's that. The second, like the next thing is if we have like what's called an internet app. So let's say somebody sends us they go on our website, one of our websites, they fill out the application. They don't really read much about the company, or even if they do, they fill out the application, they hit send, okay? And when they hit send, they are in the box, okay? The minute they hit send, they now start leaving the box. They start moving away from the box, right? The box is here, they're like a little here now. And the longer it goes that we don't contact them, and the further away they get to the box, they forget because what do? They hit send, all right, and then they go look for a different job, or they go back to Facebook, or they go back to writing their paper, and they start forgetting, that they even sent an application. And so if we wait 2 or 3 days, they're like, what is this, all right? And they're really out of the box. Now a PR doesn't even know the box exists. Okay, so we get a call. Now we do tell the reps to send a text message or to their friends. But if they haven't got the text message, or they haven't, they just haven't talked to their friend about the job, there's really 2 types of PRs that you're going to call. One type is someone that has no clue why you're calling. Like they got a message, so the box doesn't exist. There's no interest. So this is why our PRAs have to be the best people. They have to be the best receptionists in the world. That's why we call them personal recruiting assistants, as opposed to even a receptionist, because you are now explaining the job to someone who doesn't even know they needed a job. So you're really selling them on the job right off the bat, which we're going to teach you how to do properly. But they're not even they don't even know the box exists. So they're not even looking for a job. They might be looking for a job, but they weren't looking for our job, and then a job just called them. Some of those people are going to be very excited about that. Okay, like, wow, like the market is tough. It's hard to get jobs right now, so they'll be very excited about that. But it really is your job. Like the reason why people, and we'll talk about the approach in the next video. But they're just not there. So you have to be able to get them interested at least in the job, or at least listening to you and hearing about the job. So they're not in the box at all. Then there's some people that you're going to call. They're even further away. Not that they don't know there's a box, but they know that what their friend does, but they don't really know what they do. Okay, they're like, oh, he sells knives. All right, like if you've gone through the interview yourself, and or have gone through the training, you know the difference between someone who before our training and interview and after our training and interviews. Okay, after the training and the interview, they know a lot more. Our job really isn't that hard. It's show and tell. The products are so simple to sell, and all the rep really has to do is just do the basic presentation that we teach them and cut the basic stuff, and the products sell themselves. So it really is a product. It's just show and tell, and so it's really easy. But when somebody thinks of knives, they don't think of our product. They think of knives, and how the heck am I going to sell someone knives? I don't know how to do that. I'm going to need a lot of sales skills to do this thing, and they don't really, because they don't know the product. Okay, so what happens is you'll get some people who their friend has got excited about the job, and they're like, well, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, I'm selling knives. That's what their friend, the person in our training, has told them, and they're like, huh, like what? All right, so you'll deal with some of those people too, who have talked to their friend, and they sometimes just don't believe in themselves that they could do it. Their friend is great or something like that, and their friend who would 2 weeks ago would have said the same exact thing. Before he started training, or she started training, they would have been like, I can't sell knives either. So I didn't think I could sell knives when I started, but now I've been doing it for 14 years. So point being is those are the different types of people, and so understand when you're talking to someone, when you're calling someone as a PRA, that person, their whole entire idea of the job is based upon you and what you say to them and how you sound, and and they decide whether they like you or not in the first 25-30 seconds of the phone call. Okay, if you sound like a cool person that they want to talk to for a couple of minutes, like when I call people, when I call a PR, I'll say, hi, is John there? And now they see a weird number, right? So the person picks up the phone, who is this? Okay, or hello, like they're quizzical already. They're already at that quizzical part. It's not like someone who's calling our job going, yeah, I saw a flyer. I'm interested in finding out more information. Like when you call someone, they're like, hello, who is this? All right, so they're already like half quizzical already. So you have to win them over, okay, right off the bat. It's like, hello, is this John? Yeah, who is this? Hi, John. This is my name's Matt Washington. I'm one of the receptionists at Vector, and you'll have the approach. We'll go through the approach later. But I'm one of the receptionists at Vector, and a friend of yours, Joe Gianelli, just started working with us, and we have an opening, and he asked me to give you a call. Did he tell you I'd be giving you a call? Okay, so that's you should sound happy. You should like your job instead of yeah, who is this? Hi, John. This is Matt Washington. I am the receptionist at Vector. Okay, like if you're sounding like that, like they're like, no, okay, or if you've already made a bunch of calls and it's like, it's like, oh, who is this? Oh, this is Matt Washington, from Vector. Your friend John referred you. Did he tell you? Like, okay, so these attitudes, or these, if you're reading, if you sound like you're reading, or you don't sound like a friend, you don't sound like a hospitable person, then why would that person want to work here? Like, they don't even know who you are at first. So within the first 30 seconds, based upon your tone, your inflection, you want to sound happy, you want to be smiling. These are all things that you want to be doing right in the beginning of your call, because in the first 30 to 40 seconds they decide if they're going to like you or not. All right, so just understand where the point of this video is just for you to understand where the person you're calling, where their head is at when you call, and so if you understand that, you can say, okay, well, put yourself in their position, and say, okay, well, now I got to win them over with my personality and with my attitude, and that's why we made you a PRA, because we thought you had a great personality and people would want to talk to you on the phone. All right.